more of a like,
Yeah.
wait, I thought I already had this key. What the fuck, guys?
Oh, it gets even worse because in Dark Souls 2, it's like you get that one fucking spell or item or whatever it was that was like single usage, and there's only so many of them. But if you used
the white
one,
branches of yore or something.
yeah, and if you used one
get
on
rid of it.
certain statues, they would stop being statues, and you're just like, wait, so I have to go find all these again?
Oh no! And the worst part is like, I think initially you could accidentally soft lock yourself.
Oh yeah, you could, yeah. No, yeah, if you used the because you only had so many branches.
I'm leaving.
What?
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 He is leaving.
He's leaving. You only had so many branches.
He left
Do I need to call the police out?
No, he's probably just dealing with his family.
Yep. So yeah, there's only before they patched it. I'm assuming they patched it because you only had like 3 branches right when you first discovered
they patched
them.
that like day 2.
Yeah.
Because that's how we found out about it. Remember, was looking at the patch, was like, fix soft lock. Wait, what do you mean soft lock?
Yeah, there was like 5 statues, but only like 3 branches, and you could accidentally not unlock the NPC that unblocks the way.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, how do you...
Did QA testing.
Honestly,
it was Dark Souls 2. It was Dark Souls 2. There was no play testing, let's be real.
Yeah, that's...
I'm sorry.
I can't remember. Dark Souls 2.
What have I returned to?
Dark Souls 2 is ass. Speaking of ass, so is the Brazilian here yet?
He hasn't shown up in chat yet.
Oh, damn it, Brazilian. Alright, so we'll have to save that story for later then. So, a little backstory here. We have a story lined up today that the Brazilian specifically requested be read for him.
For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I love when galleries stop working on shopping sites. That's great.
Yeah, no, don't you?
Isn't it?
Don't you love it? So yeah. Anyway, hello internet. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9004, episode 17, with your
Oh
host.
God, it's 9004.
SneakyDevil.
Haven't you been paying attention, Atin?
Why did it only just
I prefer not to think about the passage of time.
I don't
We're
blame
number
him.
17 of 9004.
Listen, I try not to think about the passage of time, okay?
Yeah, the passage of time
too bad.
is
You're getting older.
forever grinding. And you must accept defeat someday. So
No, I don't. I'm gonna go back and play Lego Racers, and no one can stop me.
No one will.
You know
No
what?
one
Let's
cares.
do this one.
How is it that?
We
How
can't
is it
not
that
do
the
this.
3 of you I'm consistently friendly with in this chat all are younger than me, but you're more boomer
Yeah.
than I am?
Well, you know what, Max? I take offense to this, and you need to go fuck yourself. You darn kid.
Oh, by the way, Sneaky, you're the only one who might care about this.
Huh?
I only noticed this because I was bored and looking for good books to read.
Yeah.
There's a new Uriel Ventures book coming out tomorrow.
Oh, you're. Why
Spa-
does that name
the-
seem
the
familiar?
Cool Ultramarine.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, let me rephrase that.
mean-
The only cool Ultramarine that Games Workshop allowed to remain canon.
Yeah. That's not
Rip
maybe.
Captain Titus.
So, because I just clicked on this story and I was like, I read this fucking description. I was like, holy shit, we can't not read this one now.
Uh-oh.
This is a Naruto story. Lighting up the dark. Alternative universe inspired by Harry Potter and the methods of rationality.
No,
Why?
no, not even. Inspired by an
No.
omak for...
Oh, an
HBO more.
omak. Oh boy. Oh,
So it's even fucking worse.
yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
So Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality is a hack job attempt at sciencing the entirety of the Harry Potter universe, where Harry Potter is some sort of hyper advanced mega genius who goes into Hogwarts at the age of 12, applying the methods of science to magic and becoming God effectively from it. It's about 12 million words long or some
Shut up,
bullshit.
Sneaky. Brazilian is here.
Oh, good. So we'll stick. Well, this is short. We'll get through this and then we'll hit up the story.
Fair enough.
And so methods of rationality. Methods of rationality, the best thing to equate methods of rationality to is a science version of Fate's Gamble.
Yeah, you're not wrong, really.
It's absurdly long, it has a retarded fan base, and it's spawned so many inspired by stories, it's almost an instant shotgun to the skull in how fast you're exiting it.
Arguably, it's actually worse than Fate's Gamble
here.
in terms of inspiring retarded shit.
It kind of is, because with the whole science angle, a lot of people like understand even less.
Plus, it's pure HP and not just not HP and Fate.
Yeah,
so there's
true.
more retards who read pure Fate.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. But anyway, so yeah, this is a Naruto story about fucking up science and Harry Potter. So this can't go badly at all. Also inspired by an Omeg. 12 years ago, the fourth Hokage gave his life to seal. No. No. Not doing this sober. Not doing this sober. I'm not gonna use a shot glass. This is going directly from the bottle.
Base.
Oh dear. Oh.
I ain't being sober. I ain't being.
I'm gonna take a shot too.
I ain't being sober tonight.
Cheers, bro. I'll drink to that.
Really not happy with how you two are just literally feeding off each other's alcoholism right now.
Yeah, I'll take a shot and then I'll take a fucking shot.
Max.
Well,
it's an alcoholic
he had
solution.
to go to someone else since I stopped being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Again, I still, like, good for you, but that's not really how it works.
Got on your nose here. I'll take a drink for that.
I'll drink to that.
Just gonna have a drink in Nose's honor.
Yeah, two in Nose's honor.
Amazon, I have several questions. I was looking at 40k figures. Why are you recommending me a Mordred figure? It's a bunch of 40k figures and then a Mordred statue. I'm like, I mean...
It knows.
It knows.
I appreciate it, but that's not what I was looking for.
Well, that's that bottle of rum gone.
Jeez.
Let's go.
Yeah. Nice.
That was tasty. The fourth Hokage gave his life to seal the Kyuubi, the nine-brain demon fox.
Nine brains, in fact. Not
Yes.
9
9 brains, eh?
Yes, the nine-brain demon fox. Yes.
9 brains and all of them are fucking tiny.
It's too bad that each brain is only 1 IQ.
Smooth as silk.
I was gonna say, listen.
Fucking roundest pebble in the goddamn river.
9 brains, which gives it the intelligence roughly equivalent to 1 human toddler.
No, I'm just,
not even.
I'm just
a particularly stupid human toddler.
Fucking comic. I'm just instantly reminded of that one fucking comic of I have taken medication to make my brain expand. Oh, so what? You're like smarter now or something? No.
No,
I'm dumber, faster.
Yeah. Taking medicine to speed up my thinking.
I am in constant pain. Please end my suffering.
I can definitely help you with that.
I'm smart.
I didn't realize that Nosehair became a Pyrodol.
Listen, if Nosehair asks for an end to his suffering, I think it only fair that we deliver that.
I don't know.
As speedily and rapidly as possible.
Is assisted suicide legal in Massachusetts?
No, it's not.
To be.
It's about to be.
About to be.
Jesus, Atin. Okay, well, on that note, I'm gonna get the cookies out of the oven.
Jesus Christ. I think the beeper there just fucking sold it because it sounded like Atin had a fucking bomb after saying that statement. It's about to beep, 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 beep.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Ted Kaczynski.
Oh no, Massachusetts state government, get down!
Excuse you. Some of us have class when we commit murder in this state.
Oklahoma courthouse, get down.
No, it's not. Yeah, there might be some IRA members in the chat that might have an issue with your statement.
Come on, you black and tans.
Okay, listen here. The IRA are not real. They were invented by the British government because they just couldn't stop killing the Irish.
So where do those car bombs come from?
Massachusetts? You can't unshoot your governor.
You
get uncar bombed. Your own legislative.
And unshoot your governor, Christ, Sneaky.
and that's how the podcast got shut down. Everybody.
No, well, hold on. I never said I was gonna shoot the governor. I just said that you can't unshoot the governor.
Yeah.
There is a complete difference in statement there. That's like saying I'm going to cause lightning to strike you versus you can't prevent yourself from being struck by lightning. One's a threat, the other's an ominous promise.
What's a threat? The other's a premonition.
Now, the time
hold on,
has
Sneaky.
come.
You know what? Wait, Sneaky. Before we keep going,
yeah.
I think we should use our platform to actually promote something worthwhile.
Car bombing?
No.
I mean, no. Sir Action Slacks' attempt to make a tutorial for Dota 2.
That's going to fail.
I mean,
no.
They've almost raised the goal.
No, you don't understand this. See, the problem with trying to make a tutorial for Dota 2 is A, assuming that they're literate, and B, assuming that they can remember anything they've read.
Okay, but Sneaky,
yeah.
We're not just recycling the same old batch of idiots.
Yes, we are. Where have you been?
No, Sneaky, this is for the people who come in when they watch the Netflix show, which hopefully doesn't suck ass.
Alright, what did I miss?
Ass sucking. Atin was talking about ass sucking.
That is
he really loves sucking
only
ass.
tangentially correct.
That's not exactly what he said.
I heard that come out of your mouth.
Yes, I was saying that I hope the new Dota 2 show doesn't suck ass.
Oh, it's going to.
Well, it's on
absolutely
Netflix, so there
going to,
will be some ass sucking going on.
Now, the only real question here is what level of ass sucking is occurring. Are we talking about like golf ball through a garden hose, Hoover, or are we talking like one of those cheap knockoff Bed Bath & Beyond brands?
What I don't understand that analogy, and I feel like I.
No, I do understand it. I just wish I didn't. It's like
I'm glad someone got that.
Although I should say, Sneaky, I thought golf ball through a garden hose was for gays.
Well, I mean, if
like,
you're
I thought it was
sucking
about
ass,
dick, not ass.
I'm just saying, if you're sucking ass, that's pretty gay, yo.
I mean, yes, but that specific statement was, I believe,
Yes.
used to refer to
Do
dick
you
sucking.
suck dick private? Sir, no, sir. Bullshit, I bet you could suck a dick, suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Sir, yes, sir.
Well, okay then.
Oh, God.
At some point, I'm gonna have to watch that movie, if only to get the warehouse supervisor off my back about the quotes he keeps throwing my way.
What is your name, Private? No, Private, your name is now Snowball. You will refer to yourself as Private Snowball. Are we clear, Snowball? Sir, yes, sir. Oh, God, I fucking love that movie.
It's a pretty funny movie.
I think, honestly, the best part about that whole movie is the drill instructor is an actual drill instructor.
Yes.
And he wasn't originally meant for that role. He was.
How did they get him?
So what happened is they hired him on to give tell the actor how to
be
that
an
role.
angry drill instructor.
Right, and so as he's giving the example, the director's just like, "Why don't we just have you do it?" And he's like, "Oh, okay."
What if we just
Cut out the middleman. Yep. Now the time has come. for a smarter, more creative Naruto to take the world in which quick thinking and a solid grasp of strategy are worth a dozen rare techniques. Now, that is patently false. I'm sorry, but some of those rare techniques out there are like, I use this jutsu and it casts a heat-seeking ball of electricity that if it touches you, you die. Like, I'm sorry, like...
What does this jutsu do? It lets me make water dragons that I control with my mind.
What's this jutsu? Oh, well, basically I create a small ocean's worth of water and I trap you in it, then have sharks eat you. Yeah, you actually can't dodge this one either. It's like, oh, okay.
What's or one of my personal favorites? What's this jutsu do? Oh, it creates magic black fire that burns forever.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Or some other, awesome rare techniques. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is a tongue on my hand. I can create bombs by eating clay.
Inshallah.
Why would you have had that odd forced evolutionary trait, sir? That one, of all the things we've seen, like, that's
Actually,
the one
no,
that always...
as far as I'm aware, that's not an evolutionary trait. That's like a ritual they did to do it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, it is. But, like, of all the things we've seen in Naruto, that's the one that always gets me. It's like,
I really appreciate Kishimoto for that, I really appreciate Kishimoto for that.
For the off-the-walls bonkers horse shit he did with the Akatsuki members.
No, for giving someone fucking tongue hands, but then not being like, oh no, this is totally a normal thing, his whole clan just has tongue hands. It's like, no. They literally have to go through a ritual that puts tongues on their hands. Like, it's not a normal thing they do. Like, that's not normal. It's like,
If
okay,
you want the tongue hand, you gotta work for it.
I appreciate
The woman's best friend.
Okay, hold on a minute. It's a full mouth, man. It's everyone's best friend.
Oh man, I don't know if I could handle a woman with 3 mouths.
Talks too fucking much.
It's not like it talks. All it does is make creepy, disturbing hand motions.
I don't understand. How is that any different from normal?
You're trying too hard, Sneaky.
You encouraged him.
Yeah, you encouraged me. Gotta say that was kind of your fault.
What?
So anyway,
hold on a minute. Sneaky would be encouraged by a corpse not responding to him.
I'm not okay with this analogy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out on a limb here and say I am not okay with the excited by corpse analogy.
It's kind of.
I'm gonna draw the line on that one.
I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna
as I said it, I was like, he would be encouraged by the fact that a dead corpse didn't respond to his joke, but I was like, yeah, I didn't mean to imply necrophilia. Listen, there are many things I will accuse Sneaky of. Corpse diddling ain't one of them.
This fucking tequila is just fucking water.
Fucking water, ain't it?
No, it's like I'm drinking tasty piss.
I mean, tasty piss. Oh, okay.
Anyway, the author postulates that Naruto being smarter will somehow allow him to outmaneuver one-hit kill techniques and moving as fast as lightning. Not sure how that works, but okay, author.
I would say one of my personal favorites in the murder jutsu department. This one makes you forget what reality is, and there's like 1,000 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, also, how is I would be curious to know how he's going to outthink the murder deer.
Magical bullshit, go.
Because the murder deer, definitely a thing. One of my favorites.
I'm starting to understand why this alcohol is only $6.
Is it really? How bad is it?
Okay, is it just like super watered down,
Yeah,
or
God, it's so fucking watered down.
Boil it.
My tea is stronger than this fucking alcohol.
All right, come on now, Sneaky. Your tea is stronger than Mike's hard lemonade too, bud.
I'll give it that much. So anyway, brilliant ass Naruto's going to outthink one-hit KO moves somehow.
Genius.
And a brilliant mind can challenge the deepest of darknesses. Actually, if we're gonna go by history here, brilliant minds tend to end up nihilistic. So I'm gonna have to
The brilliant
actually,
minds cause the deepest of darknesses.
yeah, the brilliant minds tend to cause the deep darknesses.
You know, certain German people, for example.
You know, Ubermensch, might have heard of him.
Chap called Nietzsche.
Not ringing a bell.
N-I-C-H-E-Z-A-E. And then a motherfucker like my name in a spelling bee. So anyway, this story is around 200k words or 30 chapters. The guy's been updating it for a whole whopping 7 years now.
Dang.
God.
Yeah, imagine wasting 7 years of your life on this.
Fucking Christ.
You know, it's getting really fucking harder to say that, like, with a straight face, as I'm sitting here having wasted 5 years of my life on this.
Yeah.
Say, should we be throwing rocks in this glass
I
house?
would say, no, that's some glass house we live in there,
Well,
Sneaky.
Max, your first mistake is assuming there's any house left to break with glass rocks. Yes.
There's so many holes, you're just chucking them through the same holes, huh?
At this point, I just have a giant panoramic window.
Well, it's not really a window. There's no glass left. It's a panoramic.
There's no
It's
wall.
just supports. It's literally just supports. That's all that's there.
It's just rubble, honestly.
Imagine handshaking. You know what, Pedro? I'm gonna have to ask you to shut the fuck up.
Wait, what did C8 say?
If you are unaware of what HP more is, I recommend it, regardless of how much or little you know about Harry Potter.
I recommend against it.
Yeah, as someone
stupid.
who has read HP more and Harry Potter, I heartily recommend that no one takes his recommendation.
Yeah.
Unless you like Fate's Gamble, then yeah, go for it.
Far too many people like that.
Yep.
Hey, we at least made the author. We at least had forced the author to come on here and apologize for that.
We did. That
Oh,
was
dude,
definitely a
I
I
shame
still
moment.
talked
don't
to them
know if
earlier.
it was complete trash or like so bad it was good. That story still. I still don't know my opinion on that story.
I still appreciate that one of my top clips is me saying that Fate's Gamble 2 is basically like Fate's Gamble 1, but you took a bucket of cocaine first, and Lupine was like, yeah, that's an accurate summary of it.
Yeah.
He
We
did
tried
not
to bully him
deny
into
the
making
cocaine.
more of it. He rejected us.
And people are actually wanting a Fate's Gamble 3, and it's just like...
No,
bruh.
no. Well, I mean, yeah,
Wait.
some are.
Oh yeah,
but,
he did make a sequel, didn't he?
Yeah, Fate's Gamble 2, yeah.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
We did try to make round 3
I'm
happen
sure I'll
today.
forget about it
but,
come tomorrow
nope.
morning.
Oh yes, I sure hope you do, because I will.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you are, Naruto. Mizuki struck an effortlessly elegant pose. Okay, you know what? No, I'm getting more alcohol.
Oh god, Pedro, why? Ew, sneaky. Pedro was one of the people who asked Lupine for round 3. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I mean, we're ready to begin with.
No, that's what the alcohol's for.
Understandable.
So anyway, Mizuki struck an effortlessly elegant pose as he looked down at the oblivious fool from the tallest tree bordering the clearing. I see you've managed to steal the Hokage's scroll of forbidden techniques. Impressive work. Now hand it over to me, and we can move on to your graduation. Naruto grinned. Sure, I was just about done with it anyway. Mizuki suppressed a sneer. The brat had obviously given it his all. The grass was barely visible beneath the carpet of discarded shuriken kunai scrolls and other training paraphernalia. But given the dropout, less than a genin could barely conjure up a clone on a good day, pigs would fly before he mastered even the simplest of forbidden techniques. So this is another thing that I do have to get frustrated over. So part of Naruto's massive issues with chakra control is the fact that his father decided to inject demon chakra directly into him for like a long time. And
yeah, that bleed-through effect was not that well thought out in retrospect.
And on top of that, it was just the yang half too, so it wasn't even balanced chakra that was being injected into him. So to get chakra control, you need to have balance. And when you have 10% yin and 125% yang, it makes life a little bit difficult to do certain things. I'm making up those percentages, by the way, in case anyone was.
Yeah, but I would say, I will say this: it's one of those things where, I could understand why Naruto didn't want to work hard because he had right. He's like the kid in class who gives up because he has a learning disability.
Well, it's not even that. It's a lot of things. It's the teachers making fun of him. It's the students making fun of him. It's the difficulty of the subject. It's how the teachers never help him when he's asking for help on the subject. There's a lot that goes into it. Also, he's plagued by high energy due to his massive amounts of yang chakra, both from his heritage and from his mother and from his.
Pretty sure his mother counts as his heritage.
Well, the heritage being the Uzumaki genes in general, which are predisposed towards massive amounts of yang chakra.
Ah, I see.
And then his mother,
who just chakra in general for that.
Well, yeah, too. But then the mother herself was also a hyperactive knucklehead.
Oh yeah, she was clearly ADHD.
So it's like, not only have you inherited massive amounts of stamina from your just genetic line, but you've also inherited basically a zero attention span, but also they have been feeding you cocaine the whole time.
You know, the story might have been a bit more interesting if it was like the Uzumaki actually were predisposed towards large amounts of yang. I mean, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to balance this out just to help the kid. So yin half, go in there. You're gonna leak in.
I've actually seen it done before, and it was okay. Not great because again, yin is mind and female aspects. Funnily enough, for some reason they always make the female Kyuubi yang, which is the male aspect. So yeah, I don't get that one either.
Curious.
But yeah, I've always they've never been too great because the problem is there with the stories where Naruto is smarter is you really have a tough time unless you're an actual quality author and can recognize the fact that you're a dipshit. You're never going to be able to write a character smarter than you. Because Brandon Sanderson says, "Oh, you can totally write characters smarter than you." But Brandon Sanderson's also a fairly smart fellow in of himself. But he's also aware that he's not the smartest fellow. And so he looks to people that he views as smarter than him and goes, okay, how do they act? And then basically constructs a character narrative mimicking that to write someone that he considers smarter than himself. But the problem there is step one, which is recognizing that you're not the smartest fucking thing in existence. Which self-awareness is unfortunately a thing that a lot of fan fiction authors do not have. I don't know if I've ever told this story before about how on Shiro's server I was making fun of how fan fiction authors are a lot like Issei from DxD, in that once they actually get power, they have no idea what to do with that power and are just horny with it instead. And boy, Shiro's server did not appreciate me equating them to Issei.
To one of the stupidest protagonists I've ever seen in Shonen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can understand why they'd be upset, but
yeah,
you're not wrong, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's also Shiro's server, the server built around power wank harems with no plot or coherence. Like, I'm sorry, but that's like, you know, like that's like being a redneck with a truck and then getting offended when someone says, "Oh, fucking rednecks have these goddamn trucks," and you're like, "It's true, but fuck you."
No. See, a redneck goes, "You're goddamn right."
Well, yes, I know.
Listen. Rednecks are some obnoxious people, but they're some of the most honest as well.
Thank you.
They are aware usually. They probably make better writers than most of the fanfiction I see, actually.
Shiro! You know what? If they had the time and patience to learn how to play a banjo, they can probably write a good fiction.
But yeah, that writing characters smarter than yourself, you have to observe the people around you. Like, Sherlock Holmes is always going to be my go-to example. Conan Doyle based Sherlock Holmes off of two people who he recognized as smarter than him with more life experience and a lot of experience in criminal forensics.
Poor Doyle, man. An fucking quote from Doyle. If the only thing I'm ever recognized for is writing Sherlock Holmes, I've lived a sad, pathetic life, and it's like, bro, I am so sorry to tell you this.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Dude, okay. When I went digging into some of Conan Doyle's lives, like, why did he write up this thing where Sherlock dies and then came back 10 years later? It's like,
because he was super fed up.
Yeah, he was.
Because he wanted his other work to be taken more seriously because he preferred writing his other work, but that's not the work that paid the bills.
And honestly, it's sort of a Wild Bow situation in where he had a bunch of other works, but people didn't want to read those other works. They wanted to read more Worm, so he brought Worm back.
Yeah, but unlike Wild Bow, the quality didn't drop off. Yeah, the quality never dropped off. He just kept it going because it was a very simple formula that worked.
I mean, fucking Christ, so was Worm, but he fucked that up anyway. But anyway, so, Naruto, don't do it, Naruto, blah, 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 Ruka, blah, 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 second secret way of graduating, blah, 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 second graduating, Mizuki's lying to you, blah, blah, blah. Mizuki could feel the situation slipping through his fingers. Fortunately, a fine strategist like him could handle any setback. Time for Plan B, murder.
Time for Plan B, murder.
Yes.
I just find that funny that that's Plan B and not Plan A for these kinds of stories.
I mean, it's a pretty reasonable plan when you think about it.
I know, that's why I'm surprised it's not Plan A, because we all know that
here's the
fanfiction
problem.
authors...
Murder should never be the Plan A, because murder is messy.
Okay, look, we've played with enough murder hobos to know how many times murder is Plan A.
And how often does the DM kill them? Actually, come to think of it, probably not nearly often enough, but...
I'm just gonna stay silent on this one.
Shut up, murder hobo.
Max, alright, here's the plan. We're gonna sneak in there and... Alright, let's go! Bye, 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 bye!
The best part is Sneaky almost always immediately goes down, and then I have to clean up his fucking mess half the time.
I mean, that's how it goes in Left 4 Dead, too.
So what I'm hearing is Max is stuck cleaning up Sneaky's mess after he goes down.
So hard in Left 4 Dead that I'm basically a workout.
You might carry their ass. You can fuck off claiming you carried mine. You piece of shit.
Okay, not you.
Right off.
Not you, Max, but everyone else. Go gargle and tank.
Do I need to remind you of the time where I had to save your ass from, like, the horde and tank you somehow spawned?
You mean the horde and
You know
tank
what?
that I somehow summoned? Like a
Nose, you can
boss?
complain after the 22nd time, alright?
3
fair.
tanks on one map! 3 tanks on one map!
I was going to say something, but then I remembered how many times you probably played Left 4 Dead with Sneaky. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's fair. I'll shut up.
Max,
Oh,
where's the tank? I don't know. What the hell is that sound? Car! Fucking 3 people instantly killed.
We got, it was a ridiculously, like, rare spawn situation where it's like, okay, we'll just run from the tank. The safe house is, like, we're halfway to the safe house. Why do I hear a second tank ahead of us?
Second fucking tank.
What? We didn't know it was possible. We did actually have it. Tank behind us, tank in front of us. It's like, this isn't normal. This isn't supposed to happen on this map, but here it is.
There is a tank behind you. There is a tank in front of you. And there's a tank on the rooftop.
The most dangerous of,
Which part was, it wasn't even tank mutation night.
Nope.
We didn't play mutation very often.
the most dangerous of versus
no, wait,
threat.
Sneaky, don't! Opens door, tank punches me in the face.
I mean, where else is the tank going to punch you? Don't answer that question.
Right in
It
the
wasn't
kisser.
even a door I needed to open either. It was just a shortcut if someone fell off, which no one did. I was just like, I'm gonna open the door. Tank was just right fucking there. Oh, good times. Oh, God. Good days, Max. Good days indeed. I can't wait for Back 4 Blood.
Oh my god, Sneaky, I was this close to getting into the closed beta.
Oh, were you?
I had been taking I had actually been taking a break from Discord for like the weekend it was going.
Mm.
If I had hopped on Friday night, I could have gotten you and me codes because Meeps and someone else in their server had posted 2 free codes.
Oh, wow. I can't believe
And
you
if
didn't.
I had checked it Friday night, I would have been like, Meeps, can I take these? And me and Sneaky just go and do our thing.
Could've. But you're on it, Max.
I needed a break. I took it at the wrong time, clearly.
Yes. Can I heal Charger? The answer is no.
Oh, yeah. You know, ever since that whole "director's a bitch" comment, she's had it out for me.
Yes, she has.
I can't imagine why.
Could it possibly be that you called her a bitch?
It's not my fault that she is one. She doesn't like the truth. She shouldn't act like it.
By the way, I'm convinced that Max is she was like on the cusp of becoming intelligent, and then when it was an act of spite that allowed her to truly become human.
It's possible. I certainly taught spite to the director, if anything.
One day, Sneaky will just wake up and there will be someone knocking on his door. And it'll be the fucking director.
Hold on.
No, what'll be knocking at his door? It'll be one of those Sophia robots that the director's downloaded itself
people
into.
that might be knocking on that door, my dude.
This is fair.
Oh god, I am on at least 8 different lists.
Base. Gotta pump those numbers up.
Washington D.C. 50 cal napalm.
I'm sorry, what?
No, the Max and I one time, because we both were writing separate stories at one point, we were sharing lists of shit we've searched in sequence and then realized in retrospect how fucking dumb that was to do.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
searching street plans of Washington D.C., Beretta 50 cal rounds, how to make napalm and shit, like in sequence. And it's just like,
why would you write that?
No. Hang on.
It
We
was
didn't
relevant.
write it. We researched it.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
was
difference.
relevant at the time to what I was trying to write.
Ow!
And then, you know, I didn't never
Post-apocalypse
publish
Left 4 Dead. What else were we gonna do?
it. Yeah.
Look up tea recipes?
I mean, that would probably be a pretty good plan, but yeah. Exactly. Anyway, so let's keep going. So some random ass Chunin pops up and he's like, Mizuki, I am your ally. I will now run away and hope no one chases me as I go announce our presence to our other allies that are in this direction. And Naruto's like, oh my god, Iruka, you have to chase after that guy that just showed up and he's gonna go get people. So you have to stop him. And Iruka's like, well, I don't know, Naruto. And he's like, please, Iruka, you gotta do it. And he's like, oh, okay, Naruto, if you say so. I'll trust you to fight Mizuki on your own. And then he runs away.
Okay, young Genin, I know fails at everything we give him. I'll trust you to fight this Chunin who's taught you everything you know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yep.
What could possibly go wrong?
So,
What could possibly go wrong?
and then Mizuki's like, wow, that was really fascinating. Amazing. You sent him chasing after a clone you created under a henge, didn't you? And Naruto's like, yeah, I did. That was pretty good. And Mizuki's like, oh, there's also something else I wanted to ask of you from all this. And he's like, you're the one that framed me for cheating in the written test, aren't you? Even though I pulled off all the ninjutsu, I got disqualified because someone saw me reading the test papers. That was you who did it, right? Oh, yeah, you figured out that I framed you for cheating in a giant testing environment. I was actually going to throw one of the failed students at the scroll's defenses and see if I got lucky. But then I got struck by this brilliant idea of using you to do it. Because I thought it'd be hilarious. Just watch you die and get executed for treason. But why me? What did I ever do? Oh, that's funny. I might as well tell you before I kill you. Tell me what? Oh, they see they've been lying to you, Naruto. You're actually...
Yeah.
evil.
Blah, blah, blah. Canon rehash. Blah, blah, blah.
You're not a
Kyuubi
human.
monster.
You're a monster. You're the Kyuubi, the 9-brain demon fox.
Oh my god, they're actually sticking with the 9-brain thing.
Yes.
Why?
Yes. You thought I was
Each of its
joking.
tails has a brain. It's like
It's like a fucking
No,
Star
I
Trek.
didn't think they were kidding. I'm shocked that that's what they're sticking with. Is this from the whatever inspiration they...
No.
Oh god,
No,
where's this from?
No, this is the author's attempt at making a similar inspirational thing where he takes all of the stuff that was canonized and completely dumps it out the back window. And then proceeds to go into MS Paint and crudely sketch out what exactly he just dumped out, but in his own image. And Mizuki's like, wait, what do you mean you already know that? And he's like, duh. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that I was born on the same day the village was attacked. And everyone only says the 4th Hokage drove it away. It's not dead. I mean, like, come on. There's no way you could have figured it out from just that. Well, no, you're right, I didn't. You see, I'm actually a fucking genius. And so I went to the library and read every single book inside the library. And it turns out no one really pays attention to civilians in the library. And so I just had access to a whole shit ton of stuff I shouldn't have. And so apparently also I discovered the Uzumaki clan is actually a clan and not just an orphan name that was given to me. And did you know, like, we just left them for dead and all this other fun stuff? And Mizuki was like, oh, wow, I wasn't going to say anything, but that's why it's impressive. So that's why the Demon Fox went to you. That's weird. Well, thank you for telling me all this information. I'm just going to go kill you now because you're starting to piss me off. Naruto's like, all right, you know what? That's fair enough. Now what are we going to do? And Mizuki's like, well, I'm going to kill you now. And so he grabbed his Fuma Shuriken from his back and threw it at Naruto. And predictably, the Naruto didn't dodge it. Less predictably, he didn't even try to dodge it. He just stood there and watched as the blade killed him. and then it popped because it was a clone. And Mizuki's like, "Are you really fucking with me right now? I've been talking to a clone this whole time."
XD.
Yeah, basically. And then a new Naruto appeared next to him and was like, "Yo, Mizuki, let's play a game together." And Mizuki's like, "Really, kid? You trying to buy time? Are you fucking kidding me? Just give me the scroll. We don't have time for this. You don't have time for this. I'm gonna kill you. I'll make it fast." And Naruto's like, "Round one is called, let's guess which lethal forbidden technique Naruto learned today." You know what? That's fair enough. I'm going to learn all these clone techniques that lets me create clones that can fully use any technique. I'm going to learn all of these suicide jutsus. Can you put 2 and 2 together and guess what's about to happen?
You know, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, holy fuck, but...
Oh, let's play Russian roulette. That's a semi-automatic. Let's play Russian roulette. That's a semi-automatic. You first! Click.
Let's play Russian roulette. But wait, that's fully automatic. Excellent.
Don't worry, some of them are blanks, I think.
Let's play Russian roulette.
play
Pulls
Russian
out
roulette.
M60.
Let's play Russian roulette with this Civil War cannon.
No, I think the funniest bit about the playing Russian roulette with the M60 is it's not like I'm gonna pull this trigger and maybe the bullet's a blank or something. It's I'm gonna pull this trigger and if the gun jams, I don't die.
I mean, to be fair, it is the M60.
That's why I made the joke, you fucking shitbag.
Let's play Russian roulette with this
Hey,
Go 8
remember, it's
Avenger
not
cannon.
Nose's fault that he's slow on the uptake.
Look, I have to explain it to your chat because for some damned reason they still think it's smart to come here, okay? That speaks for their intelligence.
You know what? I appreciate it if you would either refrain from insulting my chat or pick up the bill.
What do you mean pick up the bill?
You fucking heard me. My entire chat's giving me money. So I would appreciate it if you stopped insulting my Sims.
Yeah.
No.
No one is here for your.
We're not allowed to use
No
that
one
word.
is
We
here
know
for your
that.
creepy man tits, Sneaky.
Stop insulting my Sims. Sneaky Devil 2021
Oh,
recorded. Just
I hope
We got you live on camera.
hey everybody, welcome to the Sneaky Devil Sim channel. Please enjoy your stay while we effortlessly fucking rag on people's stories. Some of the people who are in this chat right now, and also
I didn't
people
even have to
who
pay
are
him
also
to
in
say
this voice call. That's what you're paying for, everybody, to get berated constantly. Are you happy now?
Hey, look, man, don't kink shame. Some people are into that.
I know, and that's I realized that halfway through, and I'm like, someone's gonna say that's someone's fetish.
I need you to not speak words.
So,
Which one of us?
let's see. What are you gonna do? Annoy me to death? And then Naruto threw a bunch of kunai at him. Blah blah blah
The answer,
blah
yes.
blah blah blah. All right, you passed round 1. You guessed that it was shadow clones. Time for round 2. Find and destroy all the shadow clones. And so blah blah blah. And Mizuki spat curses at the brat. And Naruto's like, "Hey, thanks for the curse words. I'm gonna look those up later." So blah 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 blah. I am the 9-brained demon fox, and 9-brained demon foxes are good for intelligence and chakra amount. So good luck finding all 1,000 clones before they kill you.
So what? He spec'd into
what? Why did
In-
he say chakra control anyways? Like, part of the reason shadow clones work so well for Naruto is they don't really require finite chakra control. You just throw your chakra at it and it does the thing.
Because reasons and stuff, you know, Max.
Naruto has no brain. People keep forgetting this.
Yeah, you keep forgetting. Well, 9-brained demon fox is a misnomer. Well, it is technically a brain. Each tail individually only holds 1 brain neuron. And you know, it technically counts as a brain. It doesn't really contribute too much.
Hey, don't insult people with one neuron. Ina does great.
Ina has more than one neuron. I think you're talking about Kura.
No, Ina has only one neuron free. All of her other neurons are dedicated to art.
Exactly. When she draws, all of them just kick into full gear. The rest of the time they're in like sleep mode.
Yeah, they're in hibernate. You gotta, you know, she doesn't have too good of cooling on them. So,
Yeah.
you know.
She needs to get a better cooling system for her own brain.
Yes.
Thermal throttling the brain.
She needs a thermal.
Imagine not thermal.
What is she, a fucking Discworld troll?
Under legal agreements, I'm not allowed to answer this question.
Yeah.
Please defer to our
I'm under
lawyer.
an NDA. Yeah.
I win the bet. I beat up Mizuki. By the way, Mizuki, you were right. There was only 5 shadow clones. I'm just really good at throwing kunai at you. So he beat up Mizuki, and then Iruka shows up, and he's like, "Wow, Naruto, what happened?" And he's like, "I beat up Mizuki," and Iruka's like, "Wow, you're amazing, Naruto. You caused a nervous breakdown instead of actually fighting a ninja. I guess that technically means you win." Yeah, wow, riveting story, author. I'm really just fucking captivated by how much this gun I wish was real.
Spoiler alert, he was not captivated.
So anyway, this is the story that Pedro wanted us to read.
Oh, good. He's got
Can I speak for everyone when I say fuck you, Pedro, for making us listen to this story?
So, this is Percy Jackson, Titan of the Hunt. During the final days of the Second Giant War, none of these words mean anything to me, by the way, Percy loses the one thing he loves and his purpose for living, so he asks the gods...
Sneaky, the Second Giant War is ultimately what they were doing in the Rome books. Gaia woke up, she woke up the giants, blah blah blah.
Sorry, I was drinking. Okay.
Of course you were.
So he asks the gods for a task to challenge him and give him boobers once more. Unfortunately for him, a man-hating goddess and her friends are going to be gaining a new guardian post-MOA. Percy times Artemis.
Artemis and
Why? Oh, like, why would you pick the one goddess that's explicitly not down for that?
Because, okay, look, from what I've figured out so far, the Percy Jackson fandom comes in 3 flavors. Those who don't care about Artemis, those who vilify Artemis, and those who simp for Artemis.
I mean, to be fair, vilifying Artemis is a pretty good, choice.
I mean, I didn't say they were wrong.
It's like those male feminists.
Look, all I'm saying is it's effectively like, you have the people who are correct, you have your centrists, and then you have everyone else.
Are you just implying that centrists are not correct?
Yes.
They aren't. Centrists are cringe.
I'll remember
You're not
that in
allowed
the future, Sneaky.
Huh?
Take a fucking stance for something.
I'll remember that in the future. Arn, it's very simple. My stance is that you're all fucking morons. I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
I was talking to Nose here, not you. So,
oh no!
yeah.
Oh no!
Take some attention.
Watch out, Arn. Max is a horseshoe centrist. Every extreme is the same to him.
Oh no. We're gonna have to get a comic so we can combine our powers into the Nazball.
Nazball's lines have
You're
been
lucky
removed.
Max can't come over to where you live and kick your ass, by the way.
Nazball lines have been removed.
That's not
Everyone was
really.
afraid he would start making sense.
Yeah.
That was the best fucking
What the
part.
fuck is this tweet you just linked, Arn? What is this actual shit?
Okay, no, look, Percy Jackson and the Son of Artemis is not what we're reading. We already read that one.
What the fuck?
Wait,
Hold on.
More realistic if Arthur said the wait. My character. What?
I'm curious if he's been playing the same game that you and I have, Sneaky.
Yeah, Arthur, I like everyone but hate everyone. Morgan, you know.
Obviously, he just picked low honor.
No, because the thing is Arthur literally goes out of his way several times throughout the story to be like, look, I really don't care what your skin color is. You either have money and I give a shit about you, or you don't have money and I couldn't be fucked.
Yeah, he's pretty universal in his treatment of people. Like, if you're doing something interesting, though, he'll come check it out at least.
By our powers combined, we shall become Nazgul, indeed. I wasn't talking about that specific fic, Sneaky. I was talking about the trope. People usually do some really fucked up shit. And yes, bro, I know. We've covered a couple of the Son of Artemis stories on this website. And they have been so there have been 2 flavors of Son of Artemis so far that we've covered on this podcast alone, and it's been like the hyper autismo shit, or like where it's like, oh yeah, because he's a sworn son of Artemis, he gets all of the hunters and they don't break their vows. It's like, fucking what? Or you get to like
honestly, the whole Daughters of Artemis thing's always been weird to me.
Or you get to like the super edgy shit, where it's like he either gets forced into it, or there's some fucked up shit in this trope. Like, Jesus
well, I was gonna say,
Christ.
And then there are the ones who are like, he's Artemis's actual son, and she's super into him, and I'm like, oh no!
A little known fact: Artemis's home base in America is actually Alabama. Oh no,
oh,
Percy.
give me a home.
Help me, I'm stuck.
You stop that. I also still find just like the whole concept of like, this is like a daughter of Artemis. Just no. Artemis was very strictly against the whole love thing at all.
Dude, there is no Daughters of Artemis.
I swear there were some at some. Well,
no.
What the fuck?
If there were, then it would be like a group dedicated to her. Or
for some reason, I'm thinking of the fucking group that was like following her. Our Hunters of Artemis. I don't know why the fuck I just said.
Yeah,
I don't know why the fuck I just said that. Brain does not work.
Yeah, and I'm the one drinking here. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Look, I'm trying to focus on Hades, okay?
You're playing.
Why are you playing a character action that requires quite a lot of focus and trying to split it between this?
I don't know.
He's mentally deficient.
Like, dude, you are already running off of 1 gigabyte of RAM in that mind of yours as is.
And you decide to split it.
512 megabytes at most. Even that's generous.
You're already 4 gigabytes short of a full operating system.
I mean, I went full Unga Bunga. I felt like I could do it all.
Listen, shh, it's okay. We don't hate you for being Windows Vista.
Anthem.
Me no libertarian, no boogaloo. Only ooga we do is ooga booga boo.
Ooga booga 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 boo. Artemis follows the ancient Greek tradition of having many orgies, but all of them are homosexual, so she doesn't have to worry about children. Factual.
No. Not at all factual.
Yes.
Listen, the Greeks were super into orgies.
They were
no,
also,
as in she
they were
was
also
literally
super
worshipped
into,
for not
so
doing
that's the other
anything
fascinating
like that.
Greek thing, is that the Greeks figured out that if you don't have sex with one specific hole, you don't have kids. So they just didn't do that. They just did a lot of not that. They did a lot of not that.
Look, the less we talk about ancient Greek culture, the better, okay?
I mean, no, like, ancient Greek culture was fascinating because of the things they figured out. Like, he's not joking. It truly is fascinating that they were the first group to go, wait a minute, if we do it, if we don't go
No, they
anywhere
weren't the
around
first group.
this area.
They weren't the first group. They were just the ones that employed it in massive amounts. Because every other culture around that time was like, we need lots of people so we can replenish our fighting populations. While the Greeks were like, we're in a geologically advantageous position with a shit ton of food, and we really don't have to worry about anything because we're so fucking rich. We can hire mercenaries to fight for us.
And
Unless
if
you're
they
Sparta.
somehow don't work, we'll ask the Spartans super nicely.
I was gonna say, if you're Sparta, there is no stopping
Ask
the
the
bait.
Spartans nicely, the Athenians said. Marching up to Sparta's door with an army, they did.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. You know, as the old adage goes, the Greeks invented sex. The Romans realized you could have it with women too.
That's
All right,
fair
that
All
was
right.
that was pretty good.
I'll give you that. So, chapter 1, Bug Stomper. The Greeks had a lot of food. Wasn't their land really terrible for growing food? Yeah, they were actually really good at growing food, though.
Yeah. There is a lot of good agricultural land in Greece, but it's also divided by a fuck ton of mountains.
Yeah, Athens specifically had a shit ton of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is certainly true. Yeah.
You know, Athens was kind of rolling in money, food, comfort, and luxury for a really long time.
Turns out, though, that comfort and luxury only buys you so much time.
Yeah, well, it wasn't, honestly, Athens would have lasted a lot longer if they didn't let all the comfort and luxury go to their heads, and then go around demanding to every other Greek city-state that they either bend knee or they get destroyed. And then when someone actually fight
Thebes
back...
rolled around and said, hey, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah, and then people started fighting back, and suddenly Athens was like, this is not acceptable, and they tried to, like...
And then Rome went like, hey, double fuck you.
Yeah, well, Rome was post-Persia rolling over Greek city-states, and Rome just came in and was like, hey, hello.
Post-Persia and post-Alexander going, hey, nice land you got there.
I'm going to add this to my DLC pack.
Be a shame if somebody acquired it.
Alexander the Great, indeed. Alexander the so great that every fucking culture in that entire area tried to claim him as a member.
Yeah.
Augustus was still better.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yes, but again...
Okay, you really don't get better than the guy who literally got the word king named after him? Like...
Yeah.
You are such an amazing ruler that the word for ruler was made out of your name.
Well, alright,
Yes,
that was Kaiser, not
Does he have a month named
Augustus.
after him?
Well, Augustus Caesar.
No, Julius Caesar.
Augustus
was the king who came off, or the emperor came after Caesar. If I'm not
Oh,
wrong.
that's right, yeah, because he took Julius's name as his middle name.
Yeah, Octavian, who took the name, or title Augustus.
Yep. Okay,
AKA the best emperor.
Wasn't only like 20% of the land actually good for growing food, kind of bad in ancient times with supply lines? Yeah, that's why Athens was doing so well and why everyone else basically had to bend to them. Because Athens was just like, we have all of it.
supply of like 30% food rather than 20, so they were fine. Granted, it was Greece, so everybody ate was like figs and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was like
figs
figs,
and
olives, and like
Goat
other
milk.
shit.
Well, look, man, I have had some of the fucking tastiest olives, goat milk, cheese in general, frankly, honey. I have had some really tasty food from Greece, okay? Though I will say, a little bit weird.
Greek food isn't tasty. I love having
the whole stuffed olive leaf thing. I'm a little bit sketchy on.
Oh no! Don't worry. Everyone else is sketchy on that one too. That's not a you thing.
Like the Greeks kind of at one point were like, "Hey, we're just gonna take this leaf that's not edible and shove a bunch of edible things into it, and then we're gonna eat the leaf too."
Plato got really high and decided to try it, okay? That's the accepted canon for why that's supposed to be edible.
Okay. You know what? I'll accept it.
Greeks.
Okay, so Percy, looking around myself. What?
That That's not... No. Stop.
So we're already starting off in the passive voice, which is don't. We're like, there is occasionally times where you just really can't word the sentence in any other way besides passive voice, but just really, really try not to do that. That's like one of the only things that the English school teaching ever got correct.
Yeah.
Looking around myself, I found myself.
No.
Well, you know, good for you. A lot of people take a long time to find themselves.
Yeah, who knew? All you have to do is look around.
Look around yourself and you will find yourself.
That's some Gura tier quotes right there.
Yeah.
I don't think the author would be happy with having his name associated with Gura in terms of his writing.
Oh, Gura.
Hey, let's not associate Gura with this sad sack, shall we?
Yes, let's also not do that.
Speaking of which,
that seems a little harsh to Gura.
Gura is live now, by the way. Just
oof.
informing.
Unfortunate. Speaking of Gura, indeed, she has been doing extended cuts effectively whenever she does the whole goodbye. If you keep not leaving, she'll have some basically post-cut scene, post-ending epilogue dialogue for you.
Yes.
Her most recent stream had some really fucking cursed epilogue dialogue where she goes, I'm looking at my vacuum right now, and the stuff inside the vacuum, because you can see through it, right? The stuff inside the vacuum is looking like a really yummy snack. No, guys, don't worry. I'm not going to eat it. I'm just saying it looks really yummy, like a forbidden snack.
Damn it, Gura.
Gura, please.
That's violently Gura.
Gura, please. Sometimes I eat a strawberry and think, this just tastes like crunchy water.
I think the same about like fucking cucumbers, honestly.
Okay, no, but cucumbers literally are just crunchy water.
Yeah, they are literally crunchy water.
Exactly.
Strawberries, I don't really see what she's going with there.
I think Gura's issue is that she has so much fucking sugar in her life that the natural sugar from a strawberry isn't registering to her anymore. And that's an actual thing, by the way.
I feel like that's a medical problem.
Oh, it is.
No, I mean, kind of, but like it's a super common problem in the United States, and we're eventually going to... The United States is either eventually going to breed sugar, like natural sugar, out of our taste buds, or will overcome the artificial sugar. Like...
I mean, it's super easy to overcome artificial sugar. You just stop eating it.
By the power of my second liver, I overcome the power of sugar.
I mean, that's what I do. You know, you just grow a second liver and just... Boom.
You don't have a second liver. Your liver is just working overtime.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
Oh, right, I forgot. It's normal time. It's 24 hours a day. Overtime doesn't exist. It's not paid overtime.
Exactly.
I was going to say, also, Sneaky's liver doesn't know what overtime... See, Sneaky's liver has been gaslit into thinking that overtime is normal time.
Exactly. You know, I just applied what the modern American consumerism culture does. You know?
Unless you're Costco, where they actually treat you like a human being.
Yeah. Also, they actually sell things at reasonable prices.
No, that's because Costco is like the one company that is... Actually, no, it's not the... It hasn't kept its soul, but it's managed to stave off the soul eating of the Democrats.
No. The only thing that Costco has done is that they've kept to their promise of what their company values are, which is providing food in bulk amounts at acceptable pricing. That's the only thing that Costco promised, and that's the only thing they've kept to. So, you know what? I appreciate it.
I mean, yeah. Acceptable prices.
Anyway, so I found myself in what seemed... Wait, what? I found myself in what seemed a dark, dimly lit cave. A dark, dimly lit...
I mean... You could have just used dimly lit, but I guess you just wanted to emphasize that it's dark. I don't know.
This guy, I've already figured out what this author's deal is. He cracked open a thesaurus before he started writing this. That's
I mean, isn't that what?
No, no one does that. No. If I don't know the word, I don't use it. Dimly lit cave with an invisible ceiling. So how do you know it's a cave? If the ceiling is invisible, how do you know it's a cave? It's kind of a prerequisite. That's like saying I'm in a dark, dimly lit room, but I couldn't see the ceiling or any of the four walls. It's like, okay, well, how do you know this is a room then? It could just be a floor, you know?
I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of the biggest stories in the PGO section. Yes, it is. How would Numberman fare in Aurario? He would die instantly. A god would kill him. Yeah, no.
Oh, wait, is there actually someone in Percy Jackson called Numberman?
No.
He's
talking about Worm. Numberman, the guy from Worm.
I don't remember the guy.
For a moment, I thought he was Ontario.
So basically, Numberman weaponized math, and that's his
the Asian.
No, still
honestly, Numberman just sounds like a Batman villain.
It kind of
never mind that. That's just straight up a Mega Man character in the Battle Network series.
But he Numberman basically
what do the numbers mean?
Yeah.
What game was that, Max? I think I remember that.
He said Battle Network.
Yeah.
No, he showed up. No, he showed up in the first one, and he was a recurring character with his owner Higsby, who ran the chip shop.
Cringe ass.
After nearly holding an elementary school hostage for rare chips.
So anyway, Annabeth, are you okay?
I forgot about that.
Other than being in Tartarus in middle of a war after fighting mother of all spiders, fine, really, seaweed brain. No need to get sarcastic, wise girl, they both replied without any punctuation. We need a plan if we are to survive this and meet up with other at doors. Well, at least, why is this all dialogue? Why is
because the author doesn't know how to write. Let's be real here. The author does not know how to write. Stop asking.
Dialogue. This is just a giant back and forth. Oh my god, it's still going.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. There are a few things that truly annoyed me. Betrayal. Hitting women.
Mm-hmm.
He drinking that respect woman juice.
He respect women. And most of all, threatening my friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
So, soon after she finished talking, I interposed myself between Annabeth and Arachne, drawing Riptide as I did. Dialogue. Percy, I have a plan. Dialogue. Just as Annabeth was reaching for her Yankee hat, she suddenly found herself covered in spiderweb that Arachne threw. Wait. That Arachne had thrown? When the fuck did she throw it? Like, is this like a really slow QTE?
Yes.
This is like a Family Guy QTE where it's making fun of QTEs. So it's just like moving really slowly at them while everyone else is interacting at normal speed. And except because they were interacting at normal speed, they forgot about the slow QTE. I read all of the Heroes of Olympus, and the last book is what this is the most based on. Well, you said the word based, then this is clearly cringe. The hitting women thing has an actual precedent. I'm aware hitting women thing has an actual precedent. It's completely just not relevant at the situation. Yeah, I know his stepfather was an absolute dick who beat his stepmom. I'm aware. But it's not just something you just like, man, I sure hate hitting women. It's like, yeah, okay. It's like, boy, I sure hate, punching children. It's like, Wow, are you a fucking saint?
Do you want a cookie for that or something?
I don't punch children. I do otherwise murder people, though. I am a perfectly excellent person, says this person in the story. Like, the fuck, dude?
I will resort to
I had
murder.
to preface that because I'm sure someone was going to say something.
No, we weren't going to say anything. We were just going to let the clip right out. Delay, yes. Well, screw you, Pedro. So anyway, yeah, so Annabeth failed the QTE to dodge the slow-moving spider web that Arachne threw earlier. And seeing Annabeth helpless caused my my head to swell. No, I'm just kidding. It caused him to see red. As his head swelled. As he charged the Spider Queen. I reached for her. As I reached her, she swung at me with her left foreleg. Which one? But I had already sidestepped it. Wait, you sidestepped it before she swung? What is this, some path to victory tier shit going on here?
Is that the secret of Percy Jackson?
Oh no!
He has gained the path to victory.
Oh no, Max!
The power of Ultra Instinct.
He's gained the power of Kirito! He's predicting the predictions!
Oh
no.
I predicted the prediction! What?
Honestly,
No, hold on a minute. That's not an answer!
That continues to be the worst part about that scene, where it's like, they call themselves gamers, but the obvious attempt at trying to lock the AI never occurred to any of them.
Yeah, I know, right? That too.
Like,
no, actually, no. Xenon tried that. When she was trying to get her sniper rifle, she got up into a location the AI couldn't reach, and specifically only attacked them from there.
Oh, I know, but like the fact that none of them had thought to try the same thing with that, it's still programmed by a human. It's not going to be full. It's not going to be full RNG, no matter how much they insist otherwise.
Like, I dearly wish that before another fucking light novel writer writes some MMO thing, even like Land of the Dale, which I enjoyed. It's like, Jesus God in heaven, could you play an MMO first?
No, honestly, the most offensive one of them all was Log Horizon. Because literally the main character at one point talks about how, like, garbage the UI is. And it's like, that's your excuse. Like, the author's literally using the excuse of, like, the AI is so the UI is so garbage, but everyone still plays it. Like, bro. That would not survive.
I mean, to be fair, people still played WoW for a long time.
That's because WoW was actually fun.
Well, the other problem with Log Horizon is that they got rid of any sense of tension.
Oh, yeah, that too. Because the players still respond, right?
Guys, we still respond. It's
yeah.
Well, then why do we care?
And then the author tried to bring back by being like, you lose some memories every time you die. Like, okay, but like, as far as I can tell, it's the memory of like, I forgot what color shirt my parents were wearing on this happy day. I still remember
I'm just saying here that anyone who is playing a VR MMO to the point where they got stuck in a server shutdown probably doesn't have too many good memories to lose in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Log Horizon wasn't actually a VR MMO.
Okay, but
wait, really?
It wasn't. There are screens shown of gameplay on a fucking monitor in Log Horizon.
Yeah.
So people
like,
just
it was just
totally just took to just being okay. Wow, that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
But like, if it had been marketed as like isekai slice of life, I'd have been like, all right, sure. But when I learned about the premise, it's like, well, then why should I care? Like, at least in SAO, there were stakes where people did die. It wasn't slice of life, it was actual death game. .hack. People die, it's marketed as such. Log Horizon was marketed as a death game, but not really, because it doesn't matter. There is no death in this death game. for some
All right,
reason.
so it looks like our chat is on point here.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this is right before Annabeth enters the scene in canon. She laments how useless she seems compared to her teammates. Blah blah blah. Perseus' path to victory. Turns out I was right. This is actually House of Hades and not Mark of Athena, or it's somewhere in between now. The author is kind of mixing them up or something. Very cool.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Percy is now predicting the prediction lines and is auto-winning the fight. Threads entangling her was like steel, forcing me to use a knife to cut them, which severed the threads around her legs and chest, and the thread was cut easily by the bronze blade. Like, I severed...
With the death of this character, the thread of fate is severed.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, like, straight up, just like, this is such a redundant sentence. I used the knife to cut the threads, causing them to fall to the floor. The threads were severed by the blade. Yeah, no shit? Like, why are you telling us this twice?
Just want to make sure you knew, Sneaky.
Apparently. Percy, thank you. You know me, I could never ignore someone in distress, as loyalty is my flaw. Remember that my loyalty is my flaw. Remember that loyalty is my flaw. I replied.
How is loyalty a flaw?
Just like how you're a hard worker, and when they ask you in an interview where they're like, what's a flaw of yours? And you're like, I'm a hard worker. Sometimes I just work too hard. Which, by the way, I always love actually just giving honest answers.
The only place where everyone's gonna buy that is Japan.
No, opposite. That would be seen as a positive.
No. They've recently had to crack down because of people dying at work.
Oh, fair enough. But no, I've actually given some pretty honest answers during interviews. What's your biggest flaw? I hate people. Oh.
Why are you applying for this job? Gotta eat, yo.
Yeah, no, that was another great one. So what makes you want to work here? I'm gonna be honest with you, boss man. I need money.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you answer that. They look confused and like,
where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully at a higher paying job.
yeah, people don't like it when you give them answers like.
Still got the fucking job. Still got that job.
Where do you want to be in 5 years? A beach in Cabo, having won the lottery.
Where do you want to be in 15 years? Hopefully not here. What's the most stressful situation you've ever been in? Well, there was this one time I was held at gunpoint. Oh.
That's always going to be a good seller for you for any security jobs.
How did that end? Oh, I talked him down. What's the second most stressful situation you've been in? Well, there's this other time I was held at gunpoint.
Wait, how was that not the first?
Multiple
Wait a
times.
minute, hold on. When were you held at gunpoint? I actually didn't know this.
Multiple times, but back when I used to work for the ATF.
How the fuck did you talk the guy down? Did you just say like, "Look, dude, I don't care," or something? Fuck did you say?
For that guy specifically, I had to convince him that I was actually part of the cops, because he thought that I was part of the local gang, because I looked like a thug. So he pulled a gun on me.
I mean, to be fair, you're pretty much the poster child for white thug.
Yeah, I kind of was. It really didn't help.
Even to a degree, still is.
It really didn't help
child
that I
for
walked into his store and tried to buy some illegal substances.
Now, why would you do that, Sneaky?
Because they told me to.
Please continue.
Yeah,
No.
he was being paid to.
I was being paid to.
Oh.
It's part of my job.
Oh, was this like a fucking inside job or something?
Yeah.
It was, are they going to sell cigarettes to kids?
And alcohol.
Well, cigarettes, alcohol. What can I get them to sell me?
Basically, yeah. And that was I've been bribed before.
With what?
A case of water.
Oh,
Well, no, I'm fairly sure
Were
I've
you
bribed
in
you to
California at the
fucking
time?
skip stories
No,
that
no,
time.
no. So we go in there. He sells illegally to us, and then my boss comes in. And he's like, "Here's your court citation. By the way, if you run from this, you're under arrest." The guy's
and
like,
that's when he's like, I can give you a case of water.
you know, the guy's like, "Please, please, no, don't do this to me. I can't pay this bill." We're like, well, then you probably shouldn't have sold shit illegally to someone.
So when did he come in with the water? Like,
You know,
Like-
he went to the back. He's like, please, please take this, reconsider. And my boss is like, I'm not taking a case of water as a bribe. He's like, no, please, it's all I can give you.
I am not this desperate.
My boss is just like, hey, I'm not taking a bribe to not give you a ticket. B, you're trying to bribe me with a 24-pack of water.
like, man, if you're like in that situation, at least do like a 6-pack of like.
Yeah, no, it's just like, bruh. Are you fucking serious right now?
Listen, I'm not offended that you tried to bribe me. I'm offended that you used a case of water for it.
But the other time, this is also ATF. I walked into a place and tried to buy illegally, and they pulled a sawed-off shotgun on me, and they were like, "You fucking piece of shit! You're trying to rat me out to the cops, aren't you?" I'm just like, "Congratulations, you passed. Goodbye."
Did you tell them that they pulled a sawed off on a government employee?
No, I think we're both just agreeing to go our separate ways on that one.
You have a good day, sir.
No, they were straight up just
passed
like, can I get a... I was like, I walked in, I'm like, can I get a blank? And she fucking reaches underneath the table. No, the countertop. Yeah, countertop. She fucking reaches underneath the countertop, pulls out a sawed off, and one hands it at me. And it's like, you have 10 fucking seconds to get out of my store, you fucking rat.
Apparently, he's been traveling around.
I'm just like, all right.
You have a good day, man.
Congratulations, you've passed.
What's my prize?
No, it's because it was a common tactic. Because she didn't know I was from the ATF. It was a common tactic in the area. Because if you get reported in that area for selling illegally, you would get your license revoked, and any store in that area that didn't have a cigarettes license basically went out of business.
So her immediate thought is, I'll just threaten him.
Yes, Max, you are forgetting one. You're forgetting the key component here. I am in New Jersey.
That I feel like that shouldn't be a good point, but it is.
I would also like to point out another thing is that our aggressive tactics from the ATF in New Jersey dropped our sales to minors percentage from 47% to 2%. So
Well,
it worked.
Results speak for themselves.
That results.
Yes, but the number of government employees getting shot went up by 38%.
I mean, that's just the
To
natural
be fair,
consequence.
I don't think the government cares about how many employees.
Not just
shot.
the natural consequence of government employees interacting with non-government employees. It doesn't matter the branch.
It really doesn't.
Like, every time you go to the DMV, you have to check your gun at the door because it's like, I'm fucking gonna use this. If I have to sit here
to
for
be
another
fair, that's the
goddamn hour.
DMV. That causes people to be very rationally angry.
I was gonna say the DMV is an infuriating place. Like,
I have some stories about the DMV, specifically the Vermont DMV, where they're asking me for papers that I've never even heard of.
Oh,
And I'm just fucking.
We don't talk about the Vermont DMV,
They're
okay?
like, we need this paper, and I'm just giving them the fucking blankest stare possible. I got fucking bags underneath my eyes, and I look both wired and stoned at the same time. And I'm just like, what form? Form G1. I don't even know what that is.
Credit to, luckily for you, they're used to dealing with idiots stoned out of their damn minds.
She just fucking looked at me and closed her curtain and walked into the break room.
That seems like a pretty appropriate reaction to that, I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's a pretty appropriate reaction to Sneaky of all people, yeah.
The eventual solution to that current conundrum was I just called up the person that they needed the form from, and I'm like, hey, look, I have the person on the phone. Can I just say that they said it's okay, and then you can give me my license?
I appreciate that they didn't even, like, attempt to get, like, the verbal right? Like, hand me the phone, kid.
No, I put it on speaker, and they're like, okay, fine. Yeah, whatever, we'll just waive it for an extra $40. So I paid her $40 in cash to forget to file that form.
Bribery.
Congratulations, Sneaky. You've become an honorary Chicagoan.
Well, no,
yes,
hold on
the
a second.
American
I
way.
got my driver's license by calling up my eye doctor, and they didn't even fucking blink at that one, okay?
I think one of my personal favorites was I was in the DMV taking the vision test, right? And they had one of the it was like a paradigm. You stare into the vision machine and they put up the letters. And I read everything. She's like, okay, you read everything on the left side. Could you please read the stuff on the right? And I was like, okay, hold on. And so I like forcibly hold my left eye shut with my fingers because that's the only way to make my right eye do its fucking job. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I can see out my right eye, but my brain doesn't like to focus on it. And she's like, oh, okay, I keep reading, I guess. Like, I want to remind you people, the United States has seen fit to give both me and Sneaky driver's licenses.
I mean, to be fair, they also give people a Massachusetts driving license, and that's also a mistake.
There are people getting into the armed forces that should not be in the armed forces.
Yeah, it's true.
Listen.
If they were taking the tests from 30 years ago, they'd fail in a heartbeat.
Oh, that's been fermenting for a while. Oh.
Listen. The only thing I have to say about that is I was called by a recruiter in college, and they were like, would you like to join the army? And I was like, I don't have depth perception. And they're like, that's okay, we can still give you a gun.
Okay, well, no, hold on. I'm actually a really good shot.
Yeah, how many times do I have to explain? You don't need depth perception to shoot a gun.
I know, but I didn't know that at the time, so I was like, oh, okay, so the army's just willing to let an idiot have a gun. That seems about standard.
Well, considering they've relaxed their restrictions on certain mental issues and illnesses, yes.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is that I found out that thermite is not considered a lethal weapon in New Jersey, and by law is completely legal to build, make, own, and use as a civilian without any permits.
Totally.
Base.
Why?
Why not?
Who looked at, like, the restrictions and said, yeah, no, this is fine?
Yeah, I mean, all it does is just burn through metal. It's non-lethal. Totally.
Yeah. I mean, look, honestly,
Humans aren't made of metal, so it's probably fine, right?
Humans aren't made of metal, it's fine.
Meanwhile, you put a fucking pistol grip on a rifle and you get sent to the fucking gulag.
That's another funny thing here in New Jersey. All of the gun laws only pertain to pistols. In New Jersey, there is effectively no laws pertaining to rifles. And the best part about it is it's only considered an assault rifle if it has an MG 302 grenade launcher under barrel attachment on it.
What?
Yes, it's only considered an assault weapon if it has an under barrel grenade launcher. Sometimes I am just truly stunned by the way, you guys, all your audio is cut out because Explorer.exe has crashed. So Max, by the way, I've actually figured out that that's what's causing the issues. Is Explorer.exe has been fucking up a lot. So I'm probably gonna have to burn a Windows repair disk at some point. Gonna need to find a disk to burn with. Maybe a USB to work from somewhere.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, Windows Explorer.exe is currently boinkarood, and SFC scan now does not fix it. I've tried doing
I'm
SFC,
sure you'll find one somewhere.
and does not fix it. But anyway, so let's keep going and finish this up for tonight, right? Yeah, we got like 20, 30, 25 minutes left. Yeah. So, let's see. Annabeth reached blah blah blah. Threads Percy, thank you. Loyalty is a flaw. Blah 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 blah. Spiders approached her. Dust in the wounds. Fatal, causing Annabeth to shake her head. All you had to do was let us pass. I'm sorry we had to kill you. What my mother did was wrong. Blah blah blah. I don't want your sympathy. I want your head. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. I swear on sticks, I will do everything to ruin your life. Why? I don't understand why she would use up the remaining lifespan to swear me to death. I can't possibly fathom why someone who spent the past 3,000 years hunting down all of my brothers and sisters would ever use the last of their life to curse me. Can't fathom that one. Can't fathom that one at all. Let's see what else we got here. Blah 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 blah. We felt like walking around for days. Encountered some monsters. We killed them instantly. But ask for directions. We don't have a mindless drone of monster death wishes. Blah blah blah. Place answers only one master. Primordial god Tartarus. I would rather avoid him and his followers. He wouldn't help us. After all, it's Gaia who is the enemy, and she's also a primordial god. Seaweed's brains. You can be ignorant. The two of them hate each other. But you forget the giants are the children of Gaia and Tartarus, and he might not want Gaia to win, but he might not stand against his own children. As we continued on, blah 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 blah, debris, blah 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 blah, rubbish like diplomas, flowers, love letters. The river Styx, it flows into Tartarus after leaving the underworld, Annabeth declared. However, her words disturbed a shadow that sat by the river, revealing the form of a man. And the whole body was covered in scars if he was cut apart. Percy, do you know who that is? It's obviously she had not seen the flash of his eyes as he looked up. I needed to confirm. Hello, Grandfather Tartarus, I called to the shadowy figure. And that's the first chapter. So wow, that was a really underwhelming chapter. Honestly, didn't even get to the bits where he becomes a lover of Artemis. Didn't even get to the bits where he did some really cringe ass shit. But we got enough time. We can go on to chapter 2. How do you guys feel about that? No disagreements. Excellent. I love it when you guys don't disagree with me. We can just keep going on some garbage.
Max, I've
shit.
left you something special in memes and shitposts.
Where are you going to chapter 2? What's this fucking formula break? God damn it. No, I just don't. I don't really care. I'm just confused.
They merely wish to die. What?
Yeah.
Also, please, all guardsman party update.
No,
someday.
all guardsman party will never update again.
It is dead, and you know it. Rest in peace, all guardsman party. You shall be missed.
That's some Valheim tree chopping physics right there, gotta say.
Dude
I
was asking
mean,
for it.
it's not quite Valheim tree chopping physics, but it is unfortunate.
Hello, Perseus. I didn't expect to find you down here. Did that upstart uncle of yours threaten you down here? Wait, Percy, is that Kronos? How did you know that was Kronos? She asked me indignantly, as I had figured out his identity. His eyes were gold. How is that the fucking... how'd you figure out that was Kronos? Well, his eyes were gold, and only Luke's eyes turned gold when he was being possessed by Kronos, so therefore, anyone with gold eyes is Kronos.
Alternatively, everyone with gold eyes have extra chromosomes.
Also possible. The chromosomes, put them in the bag. No one will get hurt.
And or your chromosomes. I'll take it to the chromosome.
Your chromosomes. Give them to me.
Okay, but he has his whole body.
Give me that
it should be in pieces.
Your chromosomes.
She drew her blade, and I didn't have an answer to her question of why his body wasn't in pieces. However, I left Riptide in its sheath, as I knew here in Tartarus we wouldn't be able to fight Kronos. Peace, children, I don't want to fight you anymore. I want peace, says Kronos. I have had time to analyze what I did, and I realized you were all worthy of respect, and I may hold little regard for your godless parents, but I held massive amounts of respect for you, their children, who stood up to me and won. You didn't leave us much of a choice. Help our parents or be hunted. True, we aren't very benevolent, but we did try to rule the world as we saw fit. And we did do terrible things, and we did try to kill everyone. But you see, all we wanted was peace. You tried to eat us. Yeah, I also did try to eat you.
It's kind of his thing.
But have you never considered that Rhea betrayed me? The author is really using the "if the Jews never made Hitler broke" argument.
Wow.
Wait, is that an actual argument?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
They're seriously going that route of, well, if she didn't betray me, forcing me to genocide people.
If only the Jews had shown everyone that my art was amazing, I wouldn't have genocided them all.
Indeed. They let me into art school.
Reminder, everyone.
However,
art school
I am
created
not here to talk to you about ancient history or your parents. I want to talk to you about the future, as I know you are fighting my mother and bastard brothers. I may not like the surface world or the mortals on it, but at least they acknowledge history and remember the Titans. If Gaia took over, she would literally yeet everyone, and that would kill us all. Fair, okay. You know what? I'll give him that.
Wait, she would destroy all civilization and revert back to nature. She would return to monkey.
She would return to monkey.
No, she would just murder the monkey
society.
We live in a prehistoric society. Return to mitochondria.
Return to Anprim.
Return to amoeba.
The mitochondria. Put it in the bag.
I have a counter argument to this reject.
The mitochondria. Put it in the cell.
The mitochondria.
Put it in the cell.
I actually do genuinely love that somewhere along the lines of the evolutionary tree, this big ass fucking cell that basically never moved at all just came across this tiny zippy little thing and just nommed it. And then was like, hold on a second, this thing is still producing energy even though I've nommed it. I'm not going to eat it. In fact, I'm going to keep feeding it. And then I'll eat its poop.
Genius.
Genius. Return the trilobite. Everyone knows that we will all return to crab. It is inevitable.
Indeed. all evolution inevitably ends up at crab. Do not reject your destiny, human. For you only have one place to go.
Crab.
Indeed. Embrace it.
Blah 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 blah
Before it
blah.
embraces you.
Wait, you spend years trying to kill me and destroy everything I love, and after I defeat you, you want to help me? Forgive me for being skeptical. Why me? Well, because you kicked my ass. And it was actually kind of impressive. And you forced all the gods to actually admit that they aren't, like, perfect and shit. And I really loved the look on Zeus's face when you forced him to say that he made mistakes. Blah blah blah.
Pretty. I mean,
Percy,
to be honest,
you can't listen to him. He is evil. Remember? He used Luke. Hades,
Luke
even
Skywalker.
Ethan saw how bad he is, and Kronos killed him without seconds of thought. Annabeth, he wants to help us, and we really aren't going to be getting out of here anytime soon without help. I mean, kid's got a point.
Not incorrect.
it's literally just a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So
I may be the Titan Lord of Time, but I am running out of time before my essence is lost. So if you want help, you must consume my essence before I die. No,
Did he
Percy.
just-
There must be another way. Here, Percy, eat my hair.
huh?
No, that's not actually in here. It would be funny though, actually. Oh, that would have been a little bit funny.
A little bit.
Annabeth, blah blah blah. So, what will you do to give me power? Simple, I'll just give you all of my domains, and you'll become the Titan of Time. Wait, how will I be a Titan of Time if I'm mortal? How does that work? Well, you see, you will be immortal, but you'll also be the Titan of Time. Wow! Amazing! Fantastic explanation, author! Fucking 10 out of 10. Holy shit,
No,
you really
see, this is
fucking
the
you
author
covered
telling us
every
to stop
angle on
thinking
that one.
too hard about it. This is the author saying, "Stop thinking too hard about it. I just wanted to write smutfic, or whatever the fuck he's writing."
Like,
Stop
holy
thinking
shit.
I am horny.
Look, I'm just gonna make you the Titan of Time. Do you want it or not? Well, how will this affect me? Look, bitch, I'm gonna make you the Titan of fucking Time. Do you want it or not?
You can stop time. Do you want it or not?
We gotta go back.
Long ago, in a distant land.
Okay.
Nose hair thought he could do an accent.
Long
Look,
ago, in
I'm not gonna try and, like-
land,
All
there
of
was a sword-wielding swordsman wielding sword.
In the beginning.
And thus we see a coup had dementia and forgot.
You guys have seen the In the Beginning. meme,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, we've all
Fucking
seen
great.
that one, yeah.
Excellent.
In the beginning, there was only crab,
And then everyone was
And
and
like,
soon
"Crap."
everything shall return to crab.
In the...
If we could go back to
Beginning.
Crab Champion, that would be stellar.
Kronos is about to be Percy's mitochondria.
Oh no.
Oh,
He's the powerhouse of itself.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
dear.
you're about to be the powerhouse of my cell. Good thing it's not going to be a Texan powerhouse. Hey-oh!
Frozen windmill time.
Wow.
Let's see, blah, blah. I will fuse time into you. What the fuck? And you
How
will
the-
become a
how the
partial
fuck?
titan, making you immortal, but you'll still be able to die.
How? No. I'm fairly certain that's not how that works.
What?
I'm 100% certain that's not how that works.
You won't be
No.
able to die, but you'll still be able to die. Okay. It's gonna be similar
yeah.
to what Artemis's hunters have. However,
You can
I
die
will
in
not
battle,
tell
but
the
not,
gods
you know.
about the Titan part straight away, as your father and uncle might react badly. I would advise you to wait until the war is over. Very well, Kronos. I shall become the Titan of Time. Thank you, Percy. May you have the best of luck in the future. Get it? Because I'm the god of time.
Yeah, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
And then he turned into a giant time glass, and all of the gold streamed into Percy, and he suddenly felt stronger. And we've like changed the perspective like 4 fucking times now in a single paragraph.
What is this? A fucking Legend of Zelda power up?
Yes.
Yes.
As a side benefit of my power up, I now knew the exact date and time. Wow.
What? No time stop?
Impressive. Yo, boy, he just unlocked the clock GUI.
He unlocked the clock GUI.
When he was done, Kronos was a shade of himself. All hail Perseus, Lord of Time. I turned to look at Annabeth, who gasped as we made eye contact. What's the matter, Annabeth? Percy, your eyes are gold. As I said, there would be cosmetic changes. Wait. What? Now, before I fade, I have more information to dump on you. You notice we are here by the river Styx. I'm aware you lost its blessing, so I'm gonna also dunk you into the river Styx so you can gain the blessing again. I will also dunk the daughter of Athena into the Styx River. Finally, I have another gift for you. Jesus Christ, Kronos. You trying to lure him into your van, or?
You're selling past the clothes here, boyo.
Percy didn't get Zawirldo, indeed. Percy's dick is now Titan sized. So you're saying it shrunk 3 sizes that day?
More than 3.
I mean, it can only get so small, dude.
Microscopic.
My eyes opened widely at the small flame appearing before us, fading, revealing form of a scythe formed of 2 metals. Wow, that was a chunky sentence of literal garbage. Hestia has agreed to return this to me so I could give it to you.
When did Hestia get involved?
Wait, what? You just fucking contacted Hestia, just like, yo, homie. What up, homie? Yo, I need that scythe of death that kills gods back. Can you just toss it into the pit of Tartarus?
Do you mind bringing that back?
Yeah, just hop on over to the pit of Tartarus. Just throw that sucker right on in. I'll find it.
Percent.
Okay.
He's like looking at the pit, just like,
Yo, Lester, my
Seems legit.
man. Can we do something about that 5-star rating?
Gonna have to really thonk on this one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, he gives Percy the scythe of death.
Hey people. Seth
Shut
here.
His scythe here.
Hey people, Seth here. Today I'll be reviewing the power of this scythe. It's not very good.
Look, he just fucking straight up grabs the scythe and it's just like, hey, Percy, Seth here. I'll be reviewing your power level until you die.
I'll be reviewing your exact
right now,
power
let me be
every
honest with
single
you. You're averaging about 2 cocaine addicts fucking a horse.
How many horses are they fucking?
One.
We'll
one
find
horse.
out later.
One singular horse. And make this at least funnier. Yes. My eyes opened wide, blah, 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 blah. Miss Chase, here is more hunting knives. Hunting knives made of gold, bronze, and iron. And this should help you reach the doors. But I wouldn't touch the doors or the knives until you return from the Styx. And so I've reached down and picked up the handle of the scythe, only for it to change into a familiar sword. Backbiter, I whispered, and Kronos smiled. Once it was Once it was, but like me, it requires to. Once it was, but like me, it requires to change its destiny. Huh?
Huh? Nani?
And forge a new name for itself. Now reach the doors, you must follow the sticks. Eventually, you'll meet an old friend who will guide you out of here. What do you mean we will find an old friend? Do you mean an old enemy or an old friend? I mean both. Wow, thanks Kronos, you're amazing.
It's Luke, isn't it?
I'll inform the Olympians that you're dead. I'm sure they would love to learn about that. Very
Master
well,
Skywalker.
best of luck. You are still the same, seaweed brain. Whether you're a Titan or not. Well, one last thing to do here, and they walk towards the river. When have I ever had an idea that doesn't work? Haha. And then I kissed her and jumped into the river of sticks.
Okay.
Isn't that supposed to remove all your memories or something?
He is now brain dead.
I mean, he was already pretty brain dead when the author got his hand on it. You wish it removed memories? What does sticks do again? In PJO?
It's been so long since I read the books, I literally don't even remember.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, wow. There's just straight up art of Annabeth and Percy just in the river Styx kissing each other.
Of course there is.
The river
Why
Styx
wouldn't there be?
is a sacred river. Oaths made by the river will bring a fate worse than death if they're not fulfilled. If anyone bathes in the river of Styx and survives, the person will become invulnerable, excluding a small spot on their body that if struck will instantly kill them.
Oh, perfect.
No, that's not.
No.
That's not how the river Styx works. The river Styx worked like that because I don't care. I don't care.
Okay. Wait, when did the rivers become goddesses?
Never.
No, that's not according to PJO.
PGO's a dumbass.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I don't think we needed to tell you that. You pretty much could infer that.
Yeah, you're also not wrong. Alright, well, I think that about covers it for tonight, and I'm happy you all stuck around this long to suffer through that story. It's unfortunate we never actually got to the part where Percy Jackson becomes the god of hunt and time, because those two are relatable.
Well, you see, his job is to run down everybody who doesn't obey the laws of time.
I see, of course. So, Ame rip.
I mean, you know, if Ame was competent.
What? Anyway, so we will see you guys on Tuesday.
Tuesday, innit?
Tuesday. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Oi, bro.
Speed.
Subscribe. My YouTube channel, bro. Stupid.
Donate to my Patreon.
Not enough O's and S's.
Stupid.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. because there is always more and it doesn't track always get worse.